Hello and welcome to Homes for Lambeth's YouTube channel. Today, all you will need in terms of props is a yoga strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, perhaps get a belt or even a towel will suffice, or a scarf, something that will enable you to hook and reach that foot. It'll make sense when we come to the mat. So without further ado, come all the way down to the mat. And we're going to start on the back today. So take your time. Come and get settled, my friends. So you have a fidget, anything you need to do, tuck your pubic bone, lengthen your spine, and then connect right hand to belly, left hand to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go from the mouth. Eyes closed. And just allow your shoulders, your back body to completely settle into the floor. If, like me, you like this butterfly cobbler's pose in the legs with soles of the feet together and knees apart, you could take that. If that doesn't feel very nice for your back, instead, have soles of the feet to the earth. That'll just give you a little bit more of a neutral spine. So listen to the body. And it's particularly important in the beginning of the class that whatever you pick is a shape that allows you to relax, allows you to find comfort. Just let the breath go through the mouth a couple of times. And then begin to move into this awareness of your nostril breath, breathing in through both nostrils and breathing out through both nostrils. Taking the time to drop into your body. And there's this sense almost of sweet relief when we come to our mat. You know that this next portion of time is purely for you. You have carved it out yourself as a way to release stress and tension from the body, the mind, the heart space. Time for you to step away from whatever is going on in your day or your life. And also, quite simply, it's just amazing to be able to stretch and work into the body. Even if this practice for you is all about the physical, that is still pretty amazing. Breath is slowing down, and perhaps with your focus on it, you notice that slowing down, you notice that deepening of the breath. You're sending your body into a state of relaxation. And it's your breath that is the guide to that, it's the breath that's doing that for you. A steady, full breath in to your belly, to your chest. A full release of breath from your upper chest, mid-chest to belly. Inhale, belly expands, mid-chest, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest contracts, as does mid, as does belly. And just keep going with that 3-part breath, moving into belly, mid-chest, and upper chest. Exhaling, upper chest, mid chest, belly. It's that wave of breath, that ripple of breath that you're riding. Inhale, it's your expansion. Exhale, our sense of letting go, of relaxing, of releasing. And take a couple more breaths here. And then gently open the eyes. If you had your legs into butterfly, just very gently guide them back in. And then reach your legs away. Take your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and take a real full body stretch. Really get as tall, as long as you possibly can. And it might even cause the body to yawn. You know, it's that much of an almost, morning stretch. So push your feet away, maybe wiggle the hips up and down. You're nice and strong and energized through your arms. And then very gently draw one knee into the chest and the other knee, and just give your lower back that nice release. Little sway from side to side. And then let's come into our first pose. So starting slowly today, a little bit of opening through hips and hamstrings. Left foot to the floor. And keep your hand either to the right shin and just open that right knee out to the right. You'll start to feel it into the inner thigh. That might be enough for you. If you wish to bring it into happy baby pose, you'll hold the outside edge of the right foot, elbow to inner knee, and that right foot is flexed into half happy baby pose. So listen to what works for your body. And you want to keep a very long neck. So if reaching for the foot causes you to stick the chin to the sky, then I would take the easier version, or put a cushion under your head to give a bit more support. Either way, even though you have now begun that journey into the physical body, still keep the focus on the breath if you can. Inhaling, breath lifts up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, everything expands, belly, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest contracts, belly contracts. Melt through your shoulders to the best of your ability, even though you are holding that leg. And then just gently release that. Let's come to the other side. Again, either holding shin or come into happy baby pose, elbow to inner knee. So feeling a connection into your inner thigh. And your right leg is just staying very grounded. And your pelvis is also grounded. And try to keep your hip bones nice and level here. Letting go. Couple more breaths. And then release that. And lift up your legs and cross your right thigh completely over your left thigh. And then hug those knees in. And so now you'll start to feel that stretch a little bit more into the outer hip now. So whereas the first shape was more about opening inner groin, you should feel that change. So the focus right into the right seat, the right butt cheek. Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to say that, right? So draw the thighs in towards the chest as much as you can. And you're really pulling on your legs here just to keep yourself in that stretch. Otherwise, the legs want to ping away. So you need a little bit of a degree of engagement into the upper body to hold you here. So take a few more deep breaths, and none of these stretches need to be the biggest or deepest stretches. You're still easing into the body and warming up. And then just release that, swap sides, left thigh over right. Draw it in, hold wherever you can get to. There's no right or wrong really where to hold. So if you're tight, you might be hands closer to the top of the shins. If you're a little bit more open, you might want to slide the left hand down, maybe, and the right. Maybe you come a little closer to holding the ankles or the outer feet. Again, that sense of actively drawing your legs in. Relaxing, melting through the neck and the throat and the face. If you want to take the opportunity of feet being up, to give them a circle, a point, a flex, anything that feels good, just to release anything into your toes or your feet. And then gently release. And then this will be where you'll grab for your strap. So strap, belt, towel, doesn't matter at all. And then hook it over your right foot and extend that right leg to the sky. Left leg, let's keep it bent. So you're coming into a hamstring stretch, and because you are still warming up, we're not going to be here for long. And I just want you to bring a very gentle movement to this, so that you don't feel you're forcing yourself into a stretch whilst your muscles are still cold. So keep a soft bend into that right leg. Almost windscreen wiper movement here. But either way, you're still going to feel this stretch. For those of you, if you've already done a workout and this is your stretch practice and you feel that you want to find stillness, of course, please go ahead. Otherwise, I'm presuming that you're taking this stretch, as a yoga video in itself, as opposed to a post-workout cool down. So I'm presuming most of you are cold into the body. So little sweep. And then just open it out to the right, just a little bit. You'll feel the pelvis want to tip over. Can you ground your pelvis back to the floor? Actively reach through that right heel. Here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Feel that connection into the inner thigh. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen that foot away. Exhale. Here's your final one. Just check that neck is still long. Full breath in. And out. To come back to center, and just take it just a little bit over to the left. It's quite an intense stretch down the outer right leg. So breathe deeply, lengthen the top of your right thigh, push it away from your torso. And that lengthening down is going to give you an even deeper stretch. Take 2 more breaths, not here for long. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, feels good though. Inhale. Exhale, and then just gently bend that knee. Take it out of the strap. Give it a moment. Just maybe extend it out. Should feel nice post that opening. Give it a shake. And then let's move other side. So bend right knee, extend left foot. Strap to left foot, up it goes. And then when you're in, start that gentle movement. And perhaps to keep the focus on the breath, you pair each movement with a movement of breath. So an inhale maybe to the left, an exhale to the right. Inhaling. Exhaling. That way it keeps its meditative, calming influence on the body and mind. Inhale. Exhale, bending that knee as much as you need to, particularly if you feel sensitive behind the knee. And then let's open out to the left. You take a little bit of a wide-legged stretch. And my right knee automatically then also drops out to the side, just to give me a little bit of stability, so it counteracts the drop of the other leg. Actively reaching through that heel, actively reaching through the inner seam of your left leg. Take 1 more inhale and exhale to bring legs back to center. Again, just a little cross over the midline of your body. Push that left thigh away, lengthen down your left side body. Soften that knee if it feels too much. Inhale. Exhale. There's a little bit for me today on this side. And the body is different every single day. So bring a respect to your body and where it is today. Let's gently come back to center. You can move that strap out of the way and you won't need it again. You can just put that off to one side. Hug the knees in. Bring your forehead towards the knees. They probably are not going to meet. And then a little push up and transition onto all fours. Well done. So legs should be a little bit more awareness now into the legs. Let's come for a moment into our cat-cow. Not here for long. I want you to stay working with the legs today. But let's take our inhale to open the spine and close the spine. That's because it's something that always feels nice. So let's keep doing it if it feels good. And it's always nice just to ease out a little bit into your back body. So inhale, we open. Exhale, we tuck and round. Pull the belly button up. Again, deep breath in. And deep breath out. And let's come into a little hip and core sequence. So from here, you're going to open your right arm out to the side in a cactus. If I show you like that, it's bent. And then the left leg will lift. So opposite arm, opposite leg. They don't lift much. And then come back to center. Again, inhale, we open arm and leg into like a fire hydrant. Exhale, release. Just one more. Inhale, open. Exhale, release, hands connect to the floor. Send the left leg back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl and round your spine the way that you did in cat. Deep breath in, lengthen. Keep the leg pretty low. It's level with my hip. Exhale. Final one. Deep breath in. Knee to nose. Exhale. This time, send it back. Inhale and place it or step it to the outer left hand. And then just walk, wiggle that right foot back a little bit. So you're lengthening into your lizard stretch. Right hand to the floor, left toes turn out. And come into this delightful outer hip stretch. Let's circle and sweep the arms back just because it feels so good across the front of the chest and the shoulder. Great big deep breath in as your chest spirals to the sky. Any natural creative movement that you want to bring in here, please do. Again, it's all about finding the feel good in each pose. We don't want anything to not feel nice. Let's windmill the hands to the floor and heel toe your foot back to the center line. Pick up the back knee, take a deep breath in and come into your first downward facing dog on your exhale. Bend through the knees, take your time to ease into this shape, grounding down through one heel, then the other heel. Do that as many times as you need to, just to brighten up, waken up through the legs. And then bring your feet hip distance apart, perhaps bringing a soft bend into the knees so that you can more easily access the long spine. Let's take a very gentle vinyasa. Inhale, come into your plank. Maybe you need to wiggle the feet back a little bit to fully extend into the length of your plank. Knees to the floor, gently lower. Hands to the shoulders. Let's take an inhale to cobra. Exhale, release to the floor. Twice more, just easing into the back. Deep breath in. Exhale. Again, inhale to lift back, downward facing dog, exhaling. Shake out the head. Can you lengthen your neck out of your shoulders the way a turtle, a tortoise would do? It's that kind of extend out. And then gently bring the knees to the floor and let's take that sequence second side. So it's going to be a right leg that opens and left arm. Here we go. Inhale into little cactus fire hydrant. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, open the knee, open the arm. Exhale. Final one. Inhale. So it's strong on the right wrist, I know. Exhale. Both hands connect to the floor. Should feel easier as soon as you do that. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Final one. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We take the leg back. We take the inhale. We step and place it to the outer right hand and take a moment to lengthen back, knee back. Right toes turn out to the right, opening lizard stretch. So really lift your chest to the sky. Notice how by lifting that, you feel like you have so much more space for your breath in. Again, any natural organic movement that feels nice for you as you ease your body into lizard, then please go for it. And then hand comes back to floor. Heel toe your foot to the middle. Inhale, lift up the back knee. Exhale, downward facing dog once again. Let's move through that vinyasa a little quicker this time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Make sure shoulders ease down the back as you lower. Just one cobra. Inhaling. Downward facing dog. Exhale, let that go. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Sweep right leg to the sky. Inhale. Step or place it if you need to the outer hand. Step the left foot forward. So you come into a very wide squat at the front of your mat, Malasana. Cross your right arm on top of your left, eagle arms, and come to stand up. Feet can stay wide, heels in, toes apart. And then just lift your bind here. So right arm on top of left. If you can't quite catch the bind, that arm could be open. Get the gorgeous stretch behind the shoulders. Lift, 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 lift. And then start to move into your forward fold. Keep the arms as they are. Start to heel toe your feet parallel and inner hip distance apart into your first forward fold, keeping this shoulder variation for now. Take another breath in and out. Gently unwind the arms, pick up your right heel, grab your right shin, and slowly begin to rise to stand, right knee to chest. When you get there, get tall, roll the shoulders back, catch the wobble. How we're doing? Good. With control, release that leg, step it back into high crescent. So foot lands. When you get there, take a nice deep breath in, lift your arms to the sky. On your exhale, hinge forwards. Hands to the floor, left foot back plank. Inhale. Lower to the earth, exhale. Inhaling into cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And let's move through that sequence, second side. Feet together. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step or place it wide. Right foot also steps to the front of the mat, wide, heels in, toes apart, into the squat. Well done. Left arm on top of right. Rise up. We come out of the thighs. That should feel good just to get off the heat of the thighs. Into the chest. Heart opener, shoulder opener. A little bit of a lift. Instigate that lift from right behind the heart. Let's start to journey into forward fold. Heel toe, feet move together, parallel. Just leave a little gap in between the feet and then relax. Soften your knees if you need to. Just enjoying that stretch into the hamstring. To release, grab that left shin, pick up the heel just to help you get a grip. Slow transition, scoop through your belly, take your time, press strongly into your right foot. Slow, slow, slow. Once you come up, find something to gaze at. It's your drishti, your focus. Soften the eyes though, so you're looking at something but you're not glaring at something. And gently, here we go, take that lunge. Ground through your feet, get heavy through your pelvis. It will help you become more stable. Your inhale up to high crescent. Your exhale into hover lunge. Hands to the floor. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let it go. Hopefully the body feeling a little warmer now. Let's bend the knees to look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat and then come into a real low squat. So heels in, toes apart. And just start to find a little bit of movement. You can keep hands to the floor if you wish. But swinging, swaying around through the hips. And perhaps some of you in this pose will be able to connect the heels to the floor. I can't. But if that's you, great. So little sways. So it's pretty strong into the inner thighs. And in the Western world, you know, we've really lost any ability we ever had to be able to sit like this. Too busy being supported by chairs. Good. Find stillness for a moment. You're in a very low malasana. Using perhaps the elbows to gently prise the knees apart. It's a big pose. This is a big pose for me. And then just release that. Lift your sit bones. Just parallel your feet. Bring them in a little closer, back to that inner hip distant stance. And just drop the head. So giving the thighs a break and just coming now into the back of the legs instead. Just let it go. Know that it's okay if you're here halfway. That's okay. Just relax and enjoy the stretch. That's what it's about. Just easing into the body. Little sway, again, anything that feels nice for you. And if you're not sure, my guidance would be to have a play anyway, and that's how you will discover what feels good. And then let's slowly roll on up. Scoop your belly. And then when you get there, scooping round those shoulders back, take a nice deep breath in. Already hopefully feeling so much more grounded and energized and into your body and breath. Let's move to the top of the mat. Bring your feet together. Just 3 rounds of Surya A. So saluting to the sun. Inhale, lift up, tall. Exhale, soft knees, bow over your legs. Hands to the shins. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower to the earth. Lengthen your legs back, your heart forward. Small cobra, high cobra, your choice, your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in. Exhale. Bend the knees to look forward. Step, walk, your choice. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt over your legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift and rise. Good. Matching, linking breath with movement. Exhale, just be in the feeling of this. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, plank. Inhale, knees, chest. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 1 breath in. And 1 breath out. Really steady the breath. Bend the knees, look forwards, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. 1 more time. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. One cycle of breath here in your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knees, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, fold, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Well done. Let's come into our standing poses. So bend the knees, brush the floor. Let's come into that Utkatasana first. Bottom back, hands to the heart if you don't like this extension in the arms. Again, find your drishti, your focal point, but then bring a softness to it. Stay in the breath, my friends. Inhale. Exhale. If you need to breathe a little quicker than me, that's okay. Inhaling. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's bring right leg to the sky. So pause and lift. Scoop up through that belly. To cross right thigh over left. Come into eagle pose. That toe can be open. That toe can wrap. But if you're doing that, listen to the hips and knees. Otherwise, stay open. I prefer to stay open on this side. Squeeze the thighs together. It's almost like an Utkatasana. You're still squeezing the thighs. You're still rooting your sit bones back in space. Let's unwind, catch the lunge. That front leg gets a breather. Take a deep breath in, lift up tall. Exhale, come into warrior two, heel to arch alignment. Spread through your toes, lengthen through your fingers. Take a deep breath in and straighten that leg. Exhale. Drop the right arm, lift the left into the lovely revolved triangle. So great big stretch through this side waist. Can you lift up your rib cage even more? Take one more full inhale, bend into your front knee and bring your left forearm to the thigh, side angle pose, right arm up and over. Lengthen through the inner seam of your hips. Chin ever so slightly tucked. You're still encouraging that neck to be long. To touch down either side of that front foot. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, step forwards and melt once again over the legs. So dropping weight of the head, lengthening the spine. Just slowly roll on up, scoop that belly. Inhale and finish the flow. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Good. Heel toe the feet together if they've moved apart. Mine have. Let's come back into chair pose. Bend the knees, brush the floor, sit back, energize the legs, fire up through the belly. Shoulders melt, full breath in. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Bring that left knee up. Take the balance. Fingertips reach for the sky. Foot plugs down. Right foot grounds into the earth. To cross left thigh over right. Reconnect into that bent standing leg. Eagle pose. Try to keep your pelvis nice and square. It might want to swing to one side. Do your best to stay centered. Unwind. Let's relieve the tension into that right leg and calf. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, heel to arch alignment. Get long through your feet. Gazing all the way down your front arm, down that right fingertip. Straighten your front leg, even more of a release through the thigh. Left arm drops, right arm lifts, reverse triangle. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. To take side angle. Just check that knee is tracking forwards. It's in line with your toes rather than rolling in. Super energized all the way from fingertips down your side body, down that extended left leg and into your heel. Deep breath in, hands either side of your foot. Exhale. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Step forwards. Again, any fidgeting of the feet that you need to do. And then melt once again into your forward fold. To slowly roll up, reach fingertips to the sky, and exhale, hands to the heart center. Just close your eyes here. And take this moment to remember perhaps how you felt when you first stepped onto your mat. And how you are feeling now. How does your practice, how does stretching into your body, moving with your breath, deepening your breath, how does that change the way you feel? How does it change the way you think or react? How does the physical body feel as you move it, as you release stress and tension? So just standing just in gratitude for moments, your practice. Standing strong into your legs, you are more connected to your body, your energy, your life force, your prana. Take another deep breath in and out. And then blink, open your eyes, release the hands. And then from here, I want you to take right foot and cross it over the left. I show you from the front. And so with that cross, take a nice deep breath in. Start to lean forwards. You're coming back into your forward fold. It's going to feel quite intense in the back leg. That's your left leg. So if you need to just almost buckle the knees, if you need to soften the knees, you can do. Coming into your fold. So it's a cross-legged forward fold, essentially. If hands aren't to the floor, if you have a yoga block or a chair or anything around you, a sofa, you can have the hands a little higher. Otherwise, you can rest your hands onto your legs or onto your waist. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's a little bit precarious in its stance. You might not feel as stable as when the feet are parallel next to each other. So again, just modify. But you're just working a little bit more intently into the back of that left leg. So take another couple of breaths. You're coming out of this in a moment. And then from here, interlace your hands. You're forming almost a cradle. Pick up that right heel so that we did something similar earlier where we grab that shin to help us bring it up nice and tall. And then drop the left hand and take the right knee out to the side. So you've brought it up here. And now we open here. Feel that stretch into the inner groin. So this is similar to what we did lying down in our warm-up. Almost a half happy baby pose. And release. Let that go. Come into that, the second side. So left foot crosses in front of right. Start to lean forward, soften into the knees and come into that stretch, second side. Relax over the legs. Enjoying that stretch. And then again, let's cradle the leg, pick up the heel, lift up a little bit. Grab that shin, slow transition, lift, 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 lift. Once you get there, melt the shoulders and then release the hand. Take left knee out to the right. Standing tall. How tall can you get through the crown of the head, through the right foot? And release. Well done. Take a nice deep breath in, get tall. Starting to come down to the floor now to stretch. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step into plank. Take one inhale here. Know that you can always be plank on the knees. Exhale, lower to the earth. Let's take an inhale into our back bend and take an exhale. Have a moment. Child pose. Sit bones to heels. Your choice, arms could be forwards. If your shoulders are tired, you might want to bring shoulders back. Or also, one of my favorites is forehead to the hands. Just gives you a little bit more support. Stretching through the back. To lift up. Well done, my friends. So the standing stuff is done. Let's begin to come into our seated stretches. And I'd really like us to work with pigeon today. So come onto all fours. It's just an easy way to get in. And bring your left knee, and you might need to help it. Bring your left knee right behind the left wrist. So if you need to, scoot it there. And that foot is off at an angle. That heel is almost in line with my right thigh. And then I inch back through that leg and come forwards onto the forearms. If that feels too much, stay lifted. And if pigeon does not feel nice for you at all in the knees and hips, then you will take sleeping pigeon, which is onto the back with left ankle over right thigh. So listen to your body. Say from the front, that front leg looks a little bit like this. Can you see that angle? Yeah. So listen, pay attention, find something that feels good, and then just relax and melt into it. So regardless of whether you are in this version of pigeon or sleeping pigeon, it's quite an intense stretch into your left seat. Yeah, butt muscle into your left seat. And sometimes I do feel this around the muscles around the knee in a good way. But if it's a not in a good way for you, that would be when you would know it's too much. So we don't want to put any pressure onto the knee, which if you're tight of hip, you will do. So you need to find a gentler hip stretch so that the knee doesn't end up taking the twist instead. So always being incredibly respectful of the body, particularly those more vulnerable joints like knees and shoulders. Take a couple more breaths. One more deep breath in and out. And then lift yourself up. If you're in sleeping pigeon, then you can quite simply change leg. If you're here with me, we'll take a moment just to ease back. So come onto all fours for a moment. If you need to swing the hips around just to release anything into the lower back, you could. And then set yourself up second side. So right knee behind right wrist, hips are square, lengthen the back leg. Take a deep breath in, and then you decide whether you stay tall and stay high, which makes it a little easier, or whether or not you want to bring the weight of your upper body over that hip, which of course would make it tougher. Relax through your shoulders. And perhaps take this moment to scan through the body. Notice maybe pockets of resistance around the hips, around the glutes, the bottom. Can you relax those pockets of resistance? That might not be a big physical shift. Might be a very small internal shift where you feel something surrender and give. Take one more breath in and out. To lift up again, my sleeping pigeon people, stay on your back. If you're with me, we ease into all fours, and then we scoot round all the way onto the bottom, and we all meet together onto the back. Hug knees in. And let's come back to a pose that we did at the start. We did half happy baby. We're now going to come into full happy baby pose. So open the knees wide. You have the option of staying here with hands to the shins and just enjoying that. Or if you wish, feet to the sky, knees bent. Reach across the shin to grab the outer edges of the foot. And come into happy baby pose. Gentle sways. And then relax. Hug those knees into chest and just extend the legs to the sky for a moment. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lengthen the legs up and rebend. And if you're tighter of hamstring, maybe the legs just come to here. They don't need to fully straighten. Yeah, that's okay. Let's take one more. And then gently release. And let's come into our spinal twist. Hips to the left, knees to the right, and open out through your left arm, rinsing, decompressing, revitalizing your spine. You can perhaps close your eyes as you start to wind down. You could put jumpers on or any layers on that you wish to as the body starts to cool. Let's come through center, all the way second side. So bring your hips back into the middle first, and then scoot them to the right and knees to the left. Opening out into right arm. Getting that lovely opening, of course, not just in the spine, but often feeling that connection into the outer right seat and through the front of that shoulder. Gently ease back, hug those knees in, relaxing through the lower back, and then come to find your Shavasana. So extend your legs out. Have a shake the hands, shake the feet, and then let everything flop to the floor. Close your eyes if they're not already. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Reveling in that feeling when the practice is done. Body filled with breath, filled with light. Feeling more spacious, energized, and yet calm and clear. Relaxing through your face, your neck, your jaw. Whole body surrenders into the floor. And being in Shavasana for longer if you have time, no need to move. Otherwise, if you're coming with me, start to instigate gentle movement into the body, flexing the feet, circling hands or ankles. And then reach arms overhead, zip up your legs, push palms away. Left knee, right knee hug into the chest and just curl up for a moment, rounding through your spine. And then gently roll all the way over to one side. Take your time, perhaps taking a breath curled up to one side. And then when you're ready, push your way all the way up to any comfortable position, closing down your eyes. Just holding on to the effects of your practice, really tapping into that calmer sense that you have created. And of course, we want to take that out with us off the mat into the world. Bring the hands together at the heart center in gratitude to that, in gratitude to your practice and the gifts that it brings, how much it helps. It really does. Bowing the head to all of that. And thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Well done, my loves. Thank you for joining. As always, if you wish to find out a little bit more about what Homes for Lambeth are doing, go check out their website, homesforlambeth.co.uk. Otherwise, once again, thank you for being here, and I very much look forward to seeing you next time.